Hey guys, welcome back to Fire Pit TCGs. This is Hellfire, and I am joined by two very special individuals, the poor fools who are in this match, and I can't really say poor fools because this is the finals of the Florida GP held at Osceola Heritage Park. So I don't think I need to ask how either of you two did, both Pigeon and Sirionseal. We were talking about food before we started this recording. I'm hungry, if you can't tell. I don't think I have a reason to ask how you guys did since you're both in the finals, but I'm going to ask anyways. So, how was the rest of your guys' event for today? Or this day, I should say.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good, I can't complain.
Yeah, I think the majority of my games were good. There were a couple that I didn't make it to, so I kind of inched my way into top 8, but was able to make it to the finals, so I'll take it.
As you should. The finals is no easy feat to get to, even if looking at both of your lists that we saw in the video earlier for those watching at home. Were relatively boring to every other player, but I still found them interesting in the end. So... setting up cloth here. We already know both of you what you're playing. We've got Madoka on the left and with Pigeon, and Sirion on the right with Sashe. Basically, they're playing the same deck, just with a different center. There's not really much I can say on this. I'm going to leave most of this to you guys. But,
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, as per the kind of top 8 rules, since I was the first seed, I was allowed to go or pick what I wanted. So pick turn order. I picked first, and I think pretty much every round of top 8. And for this one specifically, it's against Sashe. It's pretty good to start first because you want to do as much damage as you can to potentially turn off a Reshigal in the late game.
mm-hmm. But not only just a Reshigal, because Sashe always goes for full moon. I never see a Sashe go for Saturn. You want to try and do as much as you can before they start limiting how many attacks a turn you can basically do, either through the once per game or full moon.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me you didn't select Saturn. Please tell me there was at least one game you probably selected Saturn, right?
No. This is the only game I contemplated it.
Oh my god.
I really thought about it. And like right here, you can see like my hand. I know you can see like an amoeba and a driver's ed. I was hoping I could pull out another driver's ed with the upcoming Madoka float, so I could try and keep him off that Machina as long as possible.
Right.
I don't think we ended up getting 2 of them, but I was trying to withstand any of the damage and hold on to my amoeba so I could try and stay away from the discard. But no, the Saturn, with not having 3 cards in hand on most turns against Madoka, it was very tempting, I will say. I was thinking about it.
Yeah, I could see why Saturn's super tempting, but it's just I don't think the situation would call for it outside of the fact of both of your guys' life bursts and both of your assists, except maybe I can't even remember off the top of my head for your list, Sirion, are running ways to open a hole super early. So Saturn just feels like a super dead card, I guess, because it's just oh, you can only have 2 things on my turn anyways, but because I killed something on your turn, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it definitely comes up only in very specific circumstances, but every now and then it is fun to pull it out and watch the other person kind of scrounge to try and figure out what to do against it.
Yeah, against Remember Esper, it's pretty good from what I've seen Saturn.
Okay.
Because if they OPG you, then you could just Saturn, and then because you're blanked, it doesn't turn on the Sashe's auto doesn't trigger, so therefore Axia won't as well.
Ah, yeah,
But,
true.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
against Madoka, you don't have to worry about that, and also my deck's a lot faster. So if you pick Saturn, I could usually just kill you.
Fighting words already, Jesus Christ. But Yeah, see, unfortunately the Wing Slash will get rid of the Tokiyuki, and Driver's Ed against Deuce is, the text is a vanilla against Deuce.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. One of the mini ads to that.
Ideally, on these first 2 turns, I just want to open 3, but both times, which is fairly easy because I'm mocking, and then if I draw a Deus, it's pretty much guaranteed, and then afterwards I have OPG and all my level 3s on short 3.
Yeah. So first burst there is Nada, second burst, Haniel burst, basically. Oh, I see that servant. You know you want
Oh yeah,
it.
this was.
You know you want it.
Moment.
There you can see me praying for the all level 2s and 3s.
I was trying to decide. I was like, do I drop the servant or do I keep it in hand and discard? I was like, ah, shit. I was like, I don't know.
Either way, you're blocking a damage with that servant. Like.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah, there's
I put
Lepus.
Lepus down. That's what I did.
Yeah. I mean, that's
think-
fair. Oh wait,
Yeah,
you have a servant in hand anyway, so you didn't really need it.
Yeah, I think my thought process on that was like late game, especially with like the ultra superheroes. Hopefully, I can withstand and maybe top deck it if I get a good burst. But
Yeah, because if you can, because the only mill outside of, okay, there's Phalaris.
oh, yeah.
I was looking at the lists. The only mills that you have to worry about outside of Ultra Superheroes is Phalaris. So if you can, like, putting a servant into the bottom and hoping that an Ultra Superheroes only puts you to, like, 2 cards in back, you still draw that servant anyways, so that's pretty fair.
Oh,
Like pretty relevant.
here we go, picking the full moon.
Oh man, look at that Saturn going straight to your Larig deck.
My favorite part about picking those is like in every game I played, I was trying to be as secretive about it as possible. They knew I was picking full moon, but anytime I would go to put it like the other card away, I would like lock it in my deck box and like make sure.
Yeah,
that you can see
I remember you doing that in top 4, and I picked up your deck box and opened it to see which one you picked, thinking it would be original, and it wasn't full moon, and it was full moon in that box. Man, was I lied to.
And here I think we're just gonna fill the board, and then probably I think I have an over pursuit there in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Mr. Ishikiri Maru trigger there.
Oh, I think I checked it with the Tokiyuki, I think.
You play the Ishikiri Maru second.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Unless I'm just misremembering. I mean, I can rewind to see, sure, but let's not. I'll just take getting yelled at in the comments. Oh, he checked off the Tokiyuki, you're stupid, Hellfire. Get glasses.
Yep.
But,
So, another great thing about going first into Sashe is that if you play a level 2, they pretty much can't get over it.
Mhm.
So then, you're basically opening just 1 or 2 holes. And that makes it a lot, like... You also have access to your level 2 assist, so if you just play that, it's hard for them to really, like, deal a lot of damage, and you really are able to, like, reduce how much, like... You really have to... Their ability to, like... Kind of 50-50 you on, like, burst and stuff. So, pretty good.
And I saw you were thinking about the Dojon at first, but probably wanted to save it for later kind of thing.
Yeah, I, like... It's always, like, Sashes can boost stuff up, but, like... Just being able, like... If I could open a hole now and just open 3 with that, like, because it's... There's still level 2. It's useful. Because if I smash on the turn of the OPG, I could lose a lot of enter if I try to attack through it.
Yeah. So, why didn't you attack with Ishikiri Maru there?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
Like,
that was one of those moments of like, I won't get punished for this. I'll see about giving him 1 enter short, and then of course the life burst gods go, oh no, here's a remember for you. Go ahead and balance.
Yeah.
because I'm just like, Like, my general rule of thumb against, like, white decks for me, personally, is white equals bounce. I'm attacking with everything.
Yeah, no, that burst was extremely good, because now I don't have to use my OPG to get rid of Ishikiramaru. I can just save it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely should have swung over at that moment. That was one of those, like, moments where it was instant, like, I fucked up.
Oh, no. Not like this.
See, I should have shuffled the deck more. That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Oh, man. So, come on, man, just put your thoughtful 3 out. There's no thinking needed, bro. Unless you wait.
Yeah, I think I'm slow playing.
Wait. You grossed it? Oh no, you didn't. I was about to say no.
Yeah.
We're rewinding this shit.
I was in trouble.
God.
I mean, this is just me. I'm probably going to get yelled at for this one, but sir, pay your 2 blue. Oh, you did pay your 2 blue. Never mind. Wait, that was a black and a blue, huh?
Oh,
wait, never mind. He had 6 enter going into this.
Yeah,
what am I thinking? I was like, wait, you only have 4. You're paying 1 blue, sir.
He was just so excited to grab that Exia to put on the board against me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exia very strong in this matchup.
Oh yeah.
Sashe auto triggers it no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, Flaris. Hey, look, Exia. Wow, I've seen this before.
Yeah. And I need Exia. I don't think I had any other blacks other than Deus and Trash, so I just got it. Just because I had to.
Honestly, Falaris here is also really good too, because you can bait out the wing slash if he doesn't want to get milled out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dub. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's dub.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dub too.
Yeah, in this matchup, I would pretty much try to rush the mill out as soon as possible, because train out their Kalesta is like really big, and like they get all their superheroes, but then like they're just looking at top 5 instead of like whatever, like 10-20 cards are in their trash.
Yeah. No, that's fair. So one thing I did want to ask on your list, Sirion, is like I'm looking at the like card averages and stuff for Sashe and stuff. And a lot of them are not running wing slash and smash. They're running, or no, wait, you're doing wing slash repair. Never mind. I don't know why I was thinking you were on the. I don't know why my specialness was thinking you were not on a repair there. Never mind.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, always going for that extra life cloth.
Yeah, I thought it was like one of the rare lists that was running wing slash, like smash or something like that. But no, it's wing slash repair.
Okay.
Yeah, that dubbing down the Falaris, I was so scared. Like that's the one thing I will say, that it's kind of tough with Sashe. It's like the moment that you use up both pieces, you're just kind of like, at least against discard, you're just kind of like dead in the water, just like top decking whatever you can get.
Yeah.
So I was like, I do not want to get milled here, please no.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And like I said earlier, like the early Falaris like can bait out one of your stops already, or your only stop in this case. So like at this point, Pigeon has nothing else to worry about stop wise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I get him to 3 cloth on turn 3, which is really good for me.
Turn 4.
Hitting
turn 4 here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, turn.
No.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm stupid. No. Look.
My turn 3. Yeah.
It's been a day.
It's all good. Yeah, not hitting the enough burst on the X attack was pretty huge, because I think that's pretty much like the last risk I have to make the entire round, or like life burst wise at least. Like I think I'm only gonna attack like in one lane for the entire game.
Yeah, that's the one thing I thought interesting about like this, like your deck is like it's super aggro up until like 3, and then as soon as you're level 3 is like I'm bored. 1. All right, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically, like, with my deck, I feel like if I'm at, like, 4 cloth at this point, I'm, like, sitting a little bit safer. Like, I might save the Machina for the next turn. But at this point, I think I do it on this turn, I was like, I need that extra cloth just in case.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So what possessed you to play Madoka for this one, Pigeon? Because, like, I know you're around, like, all the card game Discord and all, like, the super, like, high competitive people Discords, and we're all talking, like, Anj, Sashe, Remember, Tama might make a recurrence, like, Deuce was also thought to make a appearance in this, in the tournament because it won the last GP. I mean, we can't throw out the elephant in the room, Dash Hirana. Like, no one's going to talk about it, but it's still a thing.
Yeah.
Like, why Madoka?
Mostly, or I tried playing like a lot of the like more aggro stuff like Sashe and Anj before the tournament, but like this card is still like extremely powerful, and being able to like kind of cut off your opponent's resources like that, as well as like the ultra superheroes and Celeste are like such like insane pieces,
Right.
because like it pretty much like just lets you get whatever you want, really.
Right.
And then so the aggro decks don't really have those kinds of those tools, so it's just Madoka and Remember. And so those are basically my main choices, and then from there I just kind of chose Madoka because I'm more comfortable with it, and also because I thought it did better against Sashe. I thought it did better against Anj. I don't really know if it does after this tournament, but it worked out at least. So those are my thoughts going on.
Oh, no, that's fair.
Or yeah, just because the Elric 3s specifically and being able to turn off Chica stuff.
I feel like with like Madoka and other discard, like that's still the one deck that's still the one, I guess, type of deck that even I like. With all my practice of Sashe and like playing against you, Pigeon, like for months now, I still have no idea how to counter it. It's just like, it's just pray. I hope I have the amiibos and can discard and draw one.
Yeah. It's very oppressive. I'm surprised that there's so few people playing it.
No, this is just me on this one. I'm wondering if like a counter strategy you should do is if you're going to, like, if your opponent's going to 3 first or second, like, you just don't Lurig swing that turn and just, yeah, sure, they're not going to take the damage anyways, but then you're not turned off of your Lurig the next turn. Like,
yeah.
But it might not sound good in the long run. Like, honestly, it's like, oh, I'm not Lurig swinging. They could probably save that servant, but at the same time, like, they might just not have the servant anyways because they know they're going to freeze your Lurig the next turn. So they might just be running like, oh, we'll just take this 1 damage because I basically have a free guard next turn anyways.
Yeah, it's something to think about depending on what deck you're playing and what spot you're in.
Yeah, I guess too with that you could probably go to level 3 and then drop the Remember as well to at least make you pay for the servant.
Yeah. So in this spot I got milled out, and then looking at my what's going back in my hand, I know that there are exactly 2 bursts left, white and random drain, and so those are definitely very valuable here. And then I trust the Gaybog. So I'm feeling very good at this moment because I have, like, in addition to still having Yuka and Exia, I have 2 bursts to fall back on. So I think I pretty much spend the rest of the game just turtling because I don't feel very scared of dying.
I remember too. I think like after you checked your burst, I think I remember like you making like a face of like, oh shit, like here we go. I was like, oh no.
Oh man. And that's when you hear the to be continued theme at this point.
Yeah.
Well, the Ender charges out Mew Moria. Exia, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not Exia. Oh, but yeah. Nope, never mind. Yeah.
And then I take a long time on this turn because I don't realize that he had the amount of cards in his deck than he did. He's gonna refresh the next turn. So I have to do one play, and then I ask him how many cards he has in his deck, and I have to do a completely different one.
Yeah.
So a bit of a blunder, but
yeah,
it still works out very well.
Hey, look at that! You would have drawn that servant if you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
SMH.
I think at this point, I kind of recalled that I had put a servant back, and I was like, oh shoot. I was like, I think there's one somewhere near the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, there's still that one that you put back there with the Ishikirimaru burst.
Here we go. I think that was my favorite thing during the GP was just being like on a refresh or whenever you mill, just being like, hey, can I look at your trash real quick and do some counting for a minute?
Yeah.
If from playing online so much, it feels very good to just physically go through someone's deck and
oh yeah.
Because if you, if you do it online and okay, it's flip through it 4 times for me, please. You look like an idiot. You just sound stupid.
Yeah, because the thing when you're looking at someone's deck in person, it's just you can find the information that you're looking for without having to verbally ask your opponent for this information.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I know another game I play, sometimes you naturally want to know servants going back with the equivalent of that game, servants going back, but then there's other things you want to worry about, but you don't want to ask your opponent because it's kind of oh, I'm telegraphing what my play is going to be. Ho ho ho. And at this point, you'd be called for slow play.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Nah, I don't think any.
Thank you, Carta Magica. Thank you, Carta Magica, for no time limit and top cut.
Yeah, no, that's fair to not have the time limit. Stakes are high at this point, or higher at this point, because it's
Yeah.
You miss one, you're out, kid.
Yeah.
I know, and I think both the games I had before this, it just got down to the grind game of just going, I think in one of the games against, I think it was Starfruit, because he was playing the virtual package, and at one turn I would pass, and then he would grab a guard, and then I would he'd take his turn, I would guard, and the next turn I would go to swing, and then he would use the guard, and then I'd be like, all right, pass turn, and he'd grab a guard again, and I was like, oh great, here we go. I was like, we're gonna just keep going back and forth for a minute here.
I think I remember seeing that game because I was sitting between between him and the Hirana player in top 8 at that point in time.
Yeah. Yeah, he was telling you about he had to just spam 2 Kokoros the entire game because he ran out of servants.
Yeah, no, sometimes you just gotta do that. On God, sometimes you just gotta do that. So, Madoka puts you to 2 in deck. Flashcards.
Here. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I think here too, I was getting really, anxious about what to put back. Because I was, I had the Arash in hand, and I was like,
you should have discarded that Arash.
I know. I was like, maybe I should hang on to it. I was like, no, probably not. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, because, oh no.
So yeah, attack phase. The finally settle into play. Then.
Yeah, you should have just discarded that Arash, bro. Because, wait, no, he still has 1 card in deck and it's the servant.
Yeah.
Oh man. Actually, Arash would be Arash would have been so spicy here, actually. because you're gonna refresh it out anyways. You might as well kiss that life cloth goodbye. Just Aresh and nuke the board. You either die, you live long enough to become a hero, or die a villain.
That's true. I think at one point, like, I did think about it. I was like, I could literally just, like, Machina repair, and then just Aresh it, and just go out with a bang, and, like, just see what happens. But I was like, it's not going to be good.
Actually, a 0% win rate play.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you do that, all he has to do is open a lane, and you're dead. Even with full moon active, like, he just opens one lane and you're just dead.
Oh yeah, that's like the one thing I do like about like playing Sashe though, is like I feel like I have so much flexibility, at least in late game, to kind of like, I feel like I kind of can control a little bit of like my life cloth and then how much damage I take. And it becomes like you have the ability to use it as a resource if you really want to. What I guess with that comes the possibility of just doing it and just getting wrecked.
Yeah, no, that's always a thing.
Man, the Exia there was stressing me out.
Yeah. All it takes is one.
Kind of stays on board for a pretty long time. Okay, yeah. So he didn't actually mill out. He's at one card right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, so during my attack phase, Madoka will mill him out. So that was kind of, I think, that play took a while, because now he has a few. He can Halesta for whatever he wants, which is kind of bad. And also, if he repairs, then the card that gets trashed for a refresh penalty is non-burst,
right? Which
is also not ideal. But because of my burst and what I know that they are, I'm thinking that it probably doesn't matter. That I could probably just push as much damage as possible.
Right. So honestly, like, what would even be the play here? Even like, repair is probably good for starters.
Oh yeah.
Like, the only thing I can think of is just maybe. Honestly, yeah, all of your whole removal options just kind of suck right here.
Yeah, I think the big issue I was having too was like, I knew the Yuka was there, and then I was like, with the X on board, like, even if I were to open lanes, you're gonna block one lane, and then you're gonna Yuka something else. And so I was like, even if I like waste all the resources, I'm still maybe pushing one Signy damage.
Actually, funny enough, you could over pursuit one of the monomines, just accept the fact that you're paying one enter, and then move the Exia into the lane that she blocked off.
Oh yeah, and I don't know, I can't remember what I grabbed here, but I think that was one of the things I was trying to go for, was like seeing if it'd be possible, because I have a Yuki in hand there.
I think I saw it over pursuit, but
yeah, I started getting kind of stressed. I was like, oh no, I was like, how do I do this? What's the game plan? And also, I know too, like, when you drop full moon, that obviously you can't like just get rid of it or move it or anything. So then I'm like, all right, I need to make sure I like do it in a good order, so I'm not like wasting resources and also not kind of like putting things in any wrong place.
Alright, so you got Exia, Mew, and a Servant, obviously. Hey, there is an over pursuit in your hand. Oh, yeah. Baby. This play is actually possible. Maybe.
Let's see.
Yeah, so he's gonna play the Exia. Pay the 3 in bounds. I mean, I guess you do have 2 holes here. Because you are safely able to, like, pay 3, and then you could over pursuit again, but not like with a full board, because you will refresh yourself.
Yeah,
actually,
I think
that might not be a bad idea, now that I think about it, over pursuing yourself for a refresh, and just pull the band-aid off anyways. But at the same time, like, that's a Servant, so he's gonna have you draw that Servant anyways.
Or I think I may have already drawn that Servant, because you bottom deck the what was it last turn? You bottom decked with Madoka, right?
No, he hasn't OPG'd yet.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he hasn't OPG'd at this point. So that last card in your deck is a Servant off of the Haniel Burst.
Gotcha. Oh, man.
Guess he's also thinking of what lane he wants to turn off on Exia. Alright, there we go.
I just choose the obvious one.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a argument to save the Exia. Because I still have, like, a lot of defense, but I decided against that, I guess.
I mean, I guess you doing this turns off the Yuki Memoria play to move it over, too. To a degree. Because if you block the lane that the Exia... Because if you block the lane that was in front of the Exia, for example, he'll just do exactly that.
Yep. Okay.
Prophesized.
Then here we're trying to decide what we're going to discard to bring out the full moon.
Yeah.
I think this was the point where I was like, alright, Arash is not an option. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, Arash is not going to help you out here. Get rid of the Arash. Like, you're refreshing next turn, guaranteed. Just take the L, my friend. There's the full moon.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, no.
Just in case he changes his mind.
You know what's funny, at this point in time, if you were on the Earth line for, it's more greedy to do this line, but if you're on the Earth line for Sashe, you could heal 2 instead and be at 2 life cloth going into the next turn.
Oh yeah, actually, I did test that a lot in my playtesting at one point, but it wasn't so much that like it was bad by any means, but it felt so awkward to be like, all right, I'm gonna give you 2 open lanes. Now you can only attack in 1, but like I always felt so weird about doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it effectively can, like, in the end, thinking about it that way, gives you the same line of play, like, just repairing instead and being able to keep your lanes.
Oh yeah.
But, I don't know. Maybe. I wonder if the, oh yeah, I can't attack there.
That was me trying to cheat.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that. Random drain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so... Yeah, you can eat here just because I want to be at 8 limits so I don't have to eat over pursuit in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hit drain, so one of the bursts. It doesn't do too much other than discarding a card, which I guess is fine, but... I still have the light though, so...
Wait, which lane did you doge on? Did you doge on the Exia that you already had blocked off?
No, I got the...
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that down frozen because of the drain, yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so honest here. I think the reason I held on to the Arash so long was like in my head, I was like, all right, full moon, Exia, we're good. We're good. You can't open a lane, and then like my dumbass immediately after I passed her was like, oh no, he can. He definitely can.
Yeah,
I was like,
you made.
Why did I think that he couldn't?
You made the poor mistake of not putting 2K on your full moon there.
Yeah, and I think.
But I think Madoka OPG just doesn't care about power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or I OPG'd the Polaris before, so I don't have access to it now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, there's me
I think
paying
that's the bottom of his deck.
Yuka.
Right now, unless I forgot something.
Oh, we'll find out. If he draws 1 and I see a servant, then you can OPG, yeah.
Yeah, it was. But then I got lost in the sauce somewhere.
We all did, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, you do have a servant hand, so that last card has to be Polaris then. So yeah, you did OPG, I guess.
Oh yeah.
We'll find out. It'll be fine.
I think at one point, I don't know if it's from a burst or from a discard. I Let me see what happened. I remember I was trying to make sure I could dig for a servant later on too, but I was like, I guess with the refresh you were going to get that with Madoka no matter what, so maybe I was overthinking it.
Maybe. Pigeon's hand size is as healthy as ever. What is that, 10 cards in hand? 9? I don't know. Too many. 9. Okay.
That looks like 9, yeah.
This is me checking through my life cloth and being like, alright, come on. Or not my life cloth, but my trash, and be like, what's there? What's there? Something good. And then I think I looked through it and I was like, oh no, there's nothing good. I was like, we're in danger.
Okay. Yeah, so all the pieces are out. He still has a pretty big hand, so I just want to discard him out. I think that's going to be the...
Discard the
for the rest of the
Ereshkigal.
game.
No,
What's that drain point?
Oh, you
no,
have an
never
amoeba
mind.
in hand.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is where I used the amoeba to draw my last and refresh early, so that way on my last couple, like, I didn't know if my last card would be like a, check top 3 or something, but I was like, I want to be able to kind of look through and maybe have a chance at getting something that will maybe help me, but of course, I don't think I did get anything that was going to help me there.
My brother in Christ, stop flicking your hands. I'm trying to see if that's a Phalaris. I saw the flick. Never
Yeah.
mind. We're good.
I was so nervous,
So-
and then also like the heat of Florida made my palms so sweaty. It was like, oh.
Bro, it was like 70 degrees in that convention center. Like, what do you mean heat of Florida? There was no heat in there.
I was just so sweaty and nervous. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, so here I see that the Ereshkigal is either in his hand or it's the final clause.
News flash. Guess what he's been gripping since turn 2. Would an Eresh cloth even do anything here? Actually?
It would kill my weakest Signy, which is kind of annoying, but it's not extremely useful.
Right.
Or probably not, at least.
Well, you do have Typhon, so you could technically put out enough to where Ereshkigal does nothing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just another 12k, exceed a Typhon, and wow, board's unoutable. Congratulations. This is the time. This is the part where you take Saturn.
Oh yeah. The Typhon always scares me. I always forget about that card until Pigeon drops it, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's a big level 2.
Yeah, I remember in testing for my imposter. Yeah, you did draw the Phalaris, yeah. But I remember testing with my imposter. I was playing my Guzitol's deck, and I would just have 3 15Ks on board when I was fully grown out. He'd be like, I can't get rid of those. Why? He forgot about Elria, because Elria could blank abilities. So he just turns off my Typhon, and there's a hole. But so yeah, Ereshkigal opens up the follow here.
Yeah.
If it was in his cloth. So what did you draw there? Hopefully discarding that Ereshkigal finally, right?
Yeah, I think I do at this point. I'm like, I mean, there's obviously no use for it. I think I'm like, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Which probably at that point, Pigeon's like, oh, thank God.
I could see the argument for keeping it too, because if he rips you down to 0 cloth, like Ereshkigal is still 13k body on board.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's still like a respectable power level. Like, not a lot of things can just like out that. And it's high enough to where you don't really have to worry.
Now, I think, if I recall correctly, I can't remember exactly what I draw here. What is that? It's a Yuki and a flashcards, I think. And I was like, oh shit, how do we do this? I was like, what do I do?
Yuki and flashcards. Honestly, I feel like your best bet is kill his board. Like, attempt to kill his board, and then Prey.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Last turn, I remember I made a misplay. I should have put the switch to the X and flow lanes because I wanted to make it so you couldn't do the Sashe auto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But so I didn't want to give him 3 enter, but I just attack over full moon. There's no reason not to.
Well, also he can't do
it'll
Sashe
disappear.
full. He can't do Sashe auto here anyways. He doesn't have enough enter.
Yeah, or yeah. That's what I mean. I wanted to keep him off of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would have also been smarter not to play anything new and keep the Tokiyuki on board. That way I wouldn't trigger the Sashe auto.
Mm.
That way I could just swing over your Exia.
Yeah, that probably would have panned out a little better. Just get rid of those cards and on the field so you'd have to replace them. Because looking at his hand here, it's not really that impressive. Like, he's got the Mew Memoria, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because of X, I could just protect my own because I don't think he's has any ways to get through a 3-2 field. So
mm-hmm.
have to keep the defense and just continue to turtle.
So you also have the Orochimaru in your hand, and this was what I was talking about with someone. It's just like, oh, I see this because I'm sitting right behind Pigeon here, and it's just like, he's got Orochimaru, he's got Mew Memoria. Oh no, he's dead.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah. With the cards in my hand, I could potentially do something.
If you intercharged white, I think you could actually just outright kill here. Because I think you have 2 other level 1s in your hand. Or 2 or 3 other level 1s in your hand. So you just Mew, pay 1 to grab a level 1 out of your trash. Orochimaru, pay the other 2 to get a servant. And just fully discard down.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably was. But I wanted to be... I was... in the finals, I was just cautious and wanted to, just in case I counted the burst incorrectly.
Yeah.
And it was something else that I didn't know.
And again,
I didn't want to get blown out by something.
And again, a lot of these observations are made with the fact that now that we're seeing the bird's eye view of everybody's hand and everything, it's just we know where everything is kind of thing.
At that moment, I was like, please top deck a servant. Please top deck a servant.
Wait, why did you draw there?
I discarded an amoeba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I top decked the amoeba, and then I was like, alright, come on. And I was like, oh shit, no.
Alright. Hey, there's a servant in your hand again. Shame the rest of your hand is kind of stinky garbage, but
yeah, I was like, I think it's Ishikiri and what? An Orochi?
Yeah, Ishikiri, Orochi, and a servant. Hey, you can open 1 lane, at least. Guaranteed.
Sure. I could open 1 lane and grab another servant from trash that will be discarded the turn after.
True. Actually true. I mean, no matter what, you're triggering this Exia. You just accept the fact that it's getting triggered. And that probably the Exia lane is getting protected regardless. No matter which lane you put any of your Signia in.
Yeah, either that or a Hanyul to keep off of the over pursuit.
Ah, true.
And this is me trying to think of alright, if I open a lane, how can I make it seem like I'm going for the Hanyul? Or something else so I can swing over the Exia potentially? I was like, or how am I gonna do this? I was like, what do I bounce? What do I keep? And I think here, let's see, 3, yeah. So I think I do bounce something with the Sashe ability. Either either I was going to or I decided not to, just in case I was able to live another turn. I mean, I wasn't, but just in case. That way I could potentially pay for it next turn, but it was definitely either this turn or no turn afterwards.
Yeah, honestly, like, this turn is very do or die right now, because, if he has multiple ways to discard you, then it doesn't matter if you have, like, 1 or 2 servants in your hand, you're just dead on rights there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it seems like I did skip the Sashe ability, and then here I'm going for the servant to grab back to hand.
I do feel like that is objectively, like, the correct play, because if he fields remembers and you, like, paid for the Sashe and you paid for the guard, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna field these remembers and the rig swing, I don't even need to discard you down. Which, by remembers, I mean singular. Why? So it's still, like, a consideration, like, leaving up enter for, like, potential up to 2 remember tax.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is just a board of, 12Ks that he has to deal with on cross turn.
Yeah. He has to kill Squid, so he doesn't click discard it out. So there's a good plus 2K.
Still,
That's pretty much like.
Oh yeah, because Orochi is 10K base. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
point,
no.
yeah.
It's Jover. Yep. Mew Memoria once per turn. Hey, look, a servant Nadia.
Oh.
Vanish Ishii. And then Madoka. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the game.
Oh man. Yeah, I saw that Mew Memoria. I knew that was going to be the part that did it. I knew that was going to be the part that did it.
Right when that hit the ground, I was like, all right, here we go. I was like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, no, that was still very much a back and forth between you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh yeah.
it was a really good game to watch in person. Honestly, I could watch this game over and over again. There's not many games I can say that with the games I've seen at these GPs, but I could watch this one over and over again. There's a lot to learn out of this one for many reasons. Biggest lesson is discard your Ereshkigal. You don't need those. Ereshkigal.
Discard your Eresh. Keep the amiibos as long as possible.
Ereshkigal is a fake card. It's
Oh man.
me and Ereshkigal have a love-hate relationship. I hate that card because I think it's such a trap. But then when it gets used against me, I think it's the greatest card ever.
It can definitely be surprising. Like some games it does work out super well, and in other games it's just total dog shit. It's just so bad.
Oh yeah.
Or
Believable.
like against like Esper and like Madoka, it feels like it's pretty much the win condition. Or like, cause like my deck has like so much defense, and like Sashe doesn't have very flexible ways of dealing with it.
Oh yeah.
So apart from a rush goal, so it needs to kind of like be able to tank up.
Yeah. I feel like I know in a couple games that we've had, there's been a couple times where Eresh was helpful on my end. Like really late game, if I'm top decking, it's like sometimes if I have 2 cloth and if I can just top deck it and pray that I can just drop it down, it'll help. But discard is tough. It is so tough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very strong even still.
I'm wondering if maybe like taking Sashe to a more defensive strategy. Like, I'm not saying drop out all of your offensive stuff at level 1 and 2 at the beginning, but like playing more defensively, like instead of Tokiyuki and Driver's Ed being your only defensive level 1s, like all your level 1s are basically defensive kind of thing. picture frame Ishikiri Marus like level 2 because they're really hard to deal with. Which is basically what most of your deck is, but it's just like if you tank up more, maybe Ereshkigal could actually be more of a threat. Because the issue, because a lot of these are such like low power. Like Zhao Yun would have been great in this matchup, honestly.
Oh yeah. I think like that's one of the things I do plan on maybe changing around is like I do like the driver's ed specifically just because I find that in a lot of matchups I can kind of like keep people off of their level 1s, which like with Urith or Machina it can kind of I guess kind of delay the level 2 being played.
Yeah.
But I definitely think dropping Tokiyuki's 4 Zhao Yuns would definitely have been a better idea. Just going into knowing that virtuals and things like that were going to be such a big thing there at GP.
Yeah, no. Driver's Ed is a very good meta call here. Like, 100%. Zhao Yun's would be an equally better one because it's like, alright, you have the Driver's Ed for the level 1's assist, and the Zhao Yun's hit more than just like the virtual stuff. Oh, it's because it dodges Over Pursuit, and it dodges the Todo Sion, which Driver's Ed does not dodge. Zhao Yun hits that, at least. So it's just like you have multiple options, just depending on what you're playing against. But no, like white is just cursed to have a ton of level 1s. They're just really good, and it's just a meta call on what you want to call for it.
Yeah. Okay. And then going like this is like another strength they're going for with the Sashe is that like unless he fields exactly double Driver's Ed, I'm probably opening the entire field the next turn.
Oh yeah.
So if, as opposed to if you were to go first, my early game would probably be a lot more passive and just trying to deny him as much enter as possible.
Right. And then like I haven't played Madoka enough to suggest anything for your deck. You know what you're doing with that. Mr. 10-0 worldwide over here. You know what you're doing with that.
Oh yeah. I'm clean.
Although I did like why only one remember? Like wouldn't you want like 2 of that, I guess?
Oh. So remember is more so just for like because the deck has a lot of discard already. So the guard taxing isn't super irrelevant. It's mostly just for matchups like DXM and stuff, where you're able to push like the action tax a lot harder.
Yeah.
And also just against like really big cards like any H2O, Oodles is relevant now. Like just being able to attack over those is good.
Yeah. And then the other one was White Doomed Evil. Like I feel like Amoeba fits better in that slot. I'm going to assume it's just for the for the burst.
I've been preparing for this. So I tested Amoeba before. Just the same deck but with Amoeba instead of White. And so there's a few things, and my main reason for running it is that like in addition to White's burst being like pretty damn strong, especially in a deck where you don't have to worry about running out of cards ever in hand.
Yeah.
It puts me at 4 life bursts that say, look at top 3, put 1 onto field. And I'm running a very low for the archetype at least, level 1 count. I'm only at 12 non-servants for level 1s.
Right.
And the easiest way this deck like loses is if they open or if they go second and then they open 2 lanes and then don't hit any bursts and put me at a damage differential.
Right.
And if I hit a Clanial or Amoeba and I don't find level 1, which is very possible because of my ratios, I just wasted a burst.
Actually,
and
that is fair.
Yeah.
And it also has like the unintended synergy. Well, I guess intended at this point. Synergy with your center too, because they're just like, I can discard this and just pay 1 to keep it if I'm surplused with enter.
That's true. I didn't use it the entire event.
Wow.
It was literally just a burst and a black card.
Wow.
But in testing, I also didn't use Amoeba much either because I have remembered it, or like even compared to like Remember, for instance, like Madoka wins the discard war pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's very, very rarely relevant. So both cards are pretty much have 0 text on them except the life bursts.
Yeah, no, that is pretty fair, actually.
Yeah, just turns out one works better for me.
Yeah, no.
I'm testing at least.
And it goes to show, like we said, Mr. 10-0 over here. So, well, I think that'll wrap it up for this video here. Thank you both for joining in on this. It was very educational.
Of course.
Yeah, it was a good time. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and congratulations again to both of you for making it to the finals. Congratulations to Pigeon for winning it. Better luck next time,
Thank you very much.
I know.
Run it back in the next
Yeah.
one. Run it back at the next one whenever the hell there is a next one.
Yeah. Yeah, we play like all the time, so it was really cool to have a finals.
Actually, after this call, I'm calling them out in the Discord.
Oh,
I got entertainment with my dinner after this. Let's go. But like I said, thank you guys for joining. Thank you everybody for watching.
Totally, yep.
And I would say see you next round, but this is the finals, so see y'all next time.
Yeah, later.
Thank you.